Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. Last time did we do some questioning or investigating? I've forgotten because it has taken me a minute to get to recording these. Plus, last week just wasn't the best of weeks for me. But, yeah, kind of forgot what's going on. But I do recognize who that person standing right there is, so, let's go. That's Detective Bad. But who is he with? I've never seen that officer before. So, did you find it? No, not yet, and I looked everywhere. I see. Well then, please continue with the search. Understood. I'll continue the search. Heh, so you're the one running this show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes. How dare you? Just who do you think you are? Cameo? Over. What was that all about? And who was that man just now? Whoever he was, I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life. Does he even know that we're standing right here behind him? I know you're standing right behind me. What do you want? Looks like you are paying attention after all. Of course I was. I have eyes in the back of my head. Ah, so that mirror isn't for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye out on who or what is behind him at all times. So tell me, Detective Bad, who was that rude man just now? The guy came here from the Republic of Zhang Fa to study. He's Agent Lang. He's tried everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of detainment from scratch. By visiting various police departments around the world, he has a lot of dedication. He's still just a rookie cop, but I sense a strong grudge of some sort from him. The guy's more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is rude. Well, he sure has a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time. I agree. However, I can think of one young lady that statement also applies to. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad? Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well. Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you. I highly doubt that it has nothing to do with me. Fine, if this is the game I must play, then I will take this opportunity to draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this room straight from him. Earlier, you were in lobby number 1, and now you're here in lobby number 2. You're quite the busy man, Detective Bad. Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success. That's what we detectives say. I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked what happened again, correct? I don't have anything left to say to you, boy. Boy, you'll see. I will draw my answer from you one way or another. Would it kill you to help us even a tiny bit in our investigation? I gave Faraday's notebook to the judge earlier. That's help enough, don't you think? Arg! Please, we're asking you for just a bit more of your cooperation. Don't push me, kid. Let's tell me about the time of the murder. I'd like to once again ask about what happened around here at the time of the crime. I refuse to answer. Any more investigating you do will be a waste of time. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things I don't know about? Things you don't know about? Aren't you supposed to know everything? He should. Wait, is it possible? Maybe he doesn't know about the trick behind that piece of evidence. I should try showing it to him. It may prove to be the key to getting some answers from Detective Bad. Oh wait, I have to click present. Detective Bad. Did you know of the existence of the item in this photograph? Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yatagarasu case. In that case, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and the Yatagarasu's key are one and the same? What? That's impossible. It looks like he didn't know after all. This piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagarasu's key, is actually a well-camouflaged knife. Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Yatagarasu's key to prove that Mr. Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Isn't that correct? I guess so. However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was, in fact, a knife. Yeah, I have to admit, neither one of us knew that fact. And if neither one of us knew, then no one in law enforcement knew either. How do we miss something as big as this? I noticed that since a little while ago you appear to be searching for something. I presume that this key is what you were searching for. Yeah, that's right. And why were you searching for it? Because I promised Faraday. I promised that I'd protect that key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence bag. Who would have thought that the key is what took Faraday's life? Detective Bad, so we may find the truth. Please testify for me once more. Alright. But it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing will change. Detective Bad, I ask that you please testify once more about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in lobby number 1. My answer is still the same. And this is the last time I'm going to do this. That's fine, because I only need this one last time to clear everything up and find the truth behind this case. Let's go. Detective Bad's movements. I was in lobby number 1 talking with you. We were talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. We heard it, you and I immediately dashed down to the hallway together. Saw Gumshoe goofing around there, and then we all ran into lobby number 2. Sounds like the exact same story he told us before. Indeed, or I feel that we have yet to draw out all the information that we can. Yes. Like, you care to elaborate on this? I was hoping you could expand on what exactly you were discussing with Miss Yu. Trivial stuff. It was nothing important. That's for me to decide. Alright, I suppose that's for him to decide. Moving on then. Alright, press. Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary? I didn't hear any other strange sounds till that gunshot. The gunshot Detective Bad heard was really the one from the murder. That would give that other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. I ask that you please amend your testimony with that statement just now. Sure. I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot. So then you didn't hear this? A balloon popping? Detective Bad, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything? It's the same color as the one Kay was holding. Oh, so you knew about that girl's balloon? Yeah, I was sitting with her up in the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her. As you may have already surmised, this piece did indeed come from Kay's balloon. So, what about the balloon? I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point. What are you getting at? This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot. Oh? So the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh? On top of that, His Honor said that he heard the balloon pop about 20 minutes before the trial was to reconvene. Yes, which means that His Honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway. When you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad. And if you were in lobby number 1 at that time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well. So? Well, don't give me a so. We just proved that there is a flaw in your testimony. The crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivety cracking. And since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? It's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked. But what is that supposed to mean? The doors and walls are super thick. The window panes are double layered. To top it all off, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbing material. Then you mean... Since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound. No. Rick. I knew that's what he was going to say. That means that Scruffface's testimony is completely useless. If the rooms were soundproof, then of course he wouldn't hear any sign of a struggle. Gah. That's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now, do you get it, kids? Miles, I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic. Not the other way around. The other way around? It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine the situation in reverse, a person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad. If that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot? What do you mean, how? I just did. It would appear you've yet to realize the contradiction in your own words. Oh? How so? If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears? I see what you mean. Guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I had thought. Is it possible the gun was fired from outside then and they heard it through the open windows? No, because the curtains. Huh. Might as well just go on. I'm trying to... Yeah, let's just see. Which means what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to? It boils down to this. There must be a reason as to how Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have. It looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh? The state of the crime scene? Wait, can it be? It's that ultra-strong perfume you wear. She spilled some of it. It is going to be related to the window. Way too noisy. Surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? Uh-oh. Scent of flowers. They smell perfume, not flowers. It's simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through barred windows. And yet, the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course, incorporeal things can move freely through these open, barred windows. Wait, did they hear the sound from the TV? Now then, what else besides a smell can go both in and out of an open barred window? The answer is sound. So no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the windows in both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations. So they were replaying the surveillance camera footage. So they had already been dead? The missing piece of evidence is a video that shows the moment in which Mr. Rell killed the embassy staff member. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for the recess and brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence created for me is the gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place. Miles, what have you been thinking about? Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again. It's not a waste of time to think, for I've figured out where we should look. And where would that be? I believe we should examine the television. The TV. Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Check the VCR. It's a video player, and there appears to be a videotape inside. It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own then it reached the end. This tape. Could it not be the missing surveillance tape? I suppose, but... Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verified the contents of this video? Sure. Knock yourself out. Alright then, let's rewind this. Oh, blah, blah. Alright then, let's rewind this and see what we have. I am screwing up the accent. If I remember correctly, the footage of Rell killing the embassy staff member should be at about 30-minute mark from the start of the tape. Understood. This should be about right. Now, then, let's see. This is the footage of Mr. Rell shooting the embassy staff member. I knew it. Missing piece of evidence. The surveillance video was here all along. So he did kill the staff member. This sound. What's the meaning of this? It appears that Detective Bad has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder. Do you mean that you figured it all out then? Yes. All I have to do now is show what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from. Fine. In that case, show me what you've deduced. Show what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from. Well, yeah, like the surveillance video. This piece of evidence will clear away the last remaining contradiction in this case. Oh my god, are you being pedantic as fuck again? They being pedantic as fuck again. Alright, it didn't come from the VCR. It came from the TV. Are you They asked where it came from. What? I don't... What are they... I mean, they heard it through the window. Why you have to be pedantic like that? Why you gotta be pedantic? I mean, like, yes, the sound came from the TV. Now, how could they have heard it? And then you select the window. But you... Alright. If the door and windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used a gun and no one would have been the wiser. That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were. However, what happened in reality was... Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Miss Yu. All three of them heard the gunshot. Well, the windows in lobby number 1, number 2, and the hallway were open. So naturally, the people in those locations could hear it. Ah, but then why would the criminal open the window in the first place? To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose. Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this. But why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction. Very well, I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. Was it that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of? Yeah, when it took place. The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes, and used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so. I mean, we could have already figured this out from how the bodies fell based on, you know, the account of their injuries. So that's why the tape was left running. You mean, the gunshot I heard was from this video? Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. Must have been during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period, and planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer. Oh my god, they actually healed me. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, what is it? Miss Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She says she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something. It looks like Miss Yu is still investigating something. Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over. I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say. It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth. To be continued. Wait, that was both the question and an investigation thing. I mean, that's definitely fitting in one video then. Alright then, I wasn't expecting to be done that quick. So, yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you next time for some more Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, I'm still leaning towards you doing all this. I just am. But I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of that next time. See you all then. Goodbye.